All right, this is the worst of my tanks. You see those fish? Oh, you'll get a better idea here in a minute. And look down. A lot of what you're seeing is on the glass itself. There's a lot of stuff growing on the glass. Let's come over to this side. Oh, look at the top. See my lights? Yeah, those aren't exactly made for this tank. Yeah, watch the next video and you'll see why I got those. Looks like I have a few endlers in here, don't you think? Yeah, this is the tank with all the endlers. And for those of you who think your cichlids are so smart, you see those endlers? Oh, look at that plant. Isn't that beautiful? Some of you might not even recognize it. It's so big. Okay, so what happens? Okay, let's take a short pause and then I'll restart. You think your cichlids are so smart? Watch what happens with endlers. Why are they flocking here? Because I'm about to drop food in there. And look at them go. Oops, I got to drop it over here too. And I got to drop some back on the other side. Because I got so many endlers that they have trouble finding the food. They flock it too much. And it's just amazing. Kind of hard to see, but they are just everywhere. Everywhere. Now, why is this tank a good example of old school still works? Well, I picked up those lights, and I'll talk more about this in the next video, but I picked up those lights at a Aquarium Society auction for pennies. I don't know, what, $5-10 for the trio. I didn't get them at the same time, but and I just use what works. The rocks I paid 3 cents a pound for. Nice big ones. The sand in there is from a hardware store. I paid $6 for 40 pounds. And there has been no filter on this tank, just a heater and the lights for 1.5 years. And with all those fish in there, and this is a 50-gallon tall, with all those fish in there, including my autocinclus here on the glass, and all those endlers, and my Buenos Aires tetras are mostly gone now. They were getting old when I moved them in here, and one by one they've been dying off. And I've got a couple of Philippine blue gobies down there in the bottom someplace, and a few corridoras. But 1.5 years with no filter, no air stones, nothing. And I've said it before, I hate overstocking a tank. So how do I get away with this and virtually no loss of fish? Well, if you look down on the rocks, you can see there's a lot of algae growing. And why are the walls so dirty? Do I not scrape the walls? Nope, not in this tank. I have 2 different razor blade scrapers. I have a metal scraper. I have a sponge scraper on a nice long handle. I've got the scrapers on with the magnets. Excuse me, but I do not scrape the glass on this. Why? Well, I do once in a while when my snails lay eggs. I don't need more snails. Although I have assassin snails in my other tank, so I can just throw them over there. All that stuff growing, the algae and everything else growing on the wall, the endlers will pick at all of it. The autocinclus love the algae. And my most difficult thing is to get food to fall all the way to the bottom so my bottom feeders can get to it. And with virtually no maintenance, I think I've done like 3 water changes and just topping it off and just feeding the fish. It has worked. And it's tough if you're not doing maintenance and you don't have filters. It's tough to feed all those top dwellers and get fish and get food to the bottom and not poison your tank. Look at this female. Isn't she a beauty? Hard to see here, but she's got beautiful long blue tail. And I've got more than one just like her in here. And I've got some other rather plain females. My males tend to be beautiful. Look at this guy. Those are called Japanese blue endlers. I don't remember the name, but somebody down in Colorado, I've seen them for sale at their auctions more than a few times, at least 2 or 3 years ago I did. I haven't been down there much for quite a while. But those are some beautiful endlers, and I just love them. Anyway, some old school principles still work, and the big principle in this tank is I let the algae grow. That algae does a lot of cleaning for you. And I've got a few plants in there, and I really know how to feed my fish, and it's a delicate balance. Don't know your fish, you're not going to succeed at feeding them. Not feeding them well. So there you go. That's an old school tank that still works, even though it's got way more fish than I would ever want. I'd want about 1/10 of that number of fish in this tank if I had my druthers. But like I said, I just haven't maintained my tanks. Haven't lost too many fish though. Must be doing something right. Bye.